welcome to my channel. I am a budget mama based in the UK, and my little family of three is working to a cash budget to help us stay on track with our finances as costs are rising. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video I will be stuffing our savings and sinking funds, and this comes from our part-time income. But that's not going to take too long, so I'm also going to be resetting my budget with you guys. So I'm going to go through our income and our outgoings and just show you exactly where our money goes. And I'm going to do that because I've felt that the last couple of weeks we've been slipping a little bit. We've not been as strict with our budget as maybe I would hope. And I've felt that we're slipping off track a little bit, and I'd like to pull us back into line. And I figure the best way to do that is to record it, put it out there for the world to see, and then hopefully if I don't do something that I've said I'm going to do, one of you lovely people is going to pull me up on it and keep me in check. So first things first, we've got £100 from the part-time income here. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, £100. And this is going, as I say, into our savings and sinking funds. So our savings and sinking funds comprise of fun money, gifts, savings, a boat fund, and we are also saving towards a holiday at the moment. So fun money has a little bit of money left in it, so let's see what we've got. I'm going to keep the notes and the pounds, and then anything smaller is going to go into my penny savings challenge. So we've got £21 staying in, and I don't know, a bit of change came out. I've stopped tracking our expenses or what we've been spending using a notepad because it just felt like it. I'm already tracking on Excel, so I don't feel like doing it in writing in a notepad was really adding anything. Gifts, we've got £75, we've not dipped into that, so that's all staying in there. Savings, gone, bye-bye. Boat funds, we've got 120, we've not dipped into that. And these two are my daughter's child benefits, so we're not touching those today. So this is why I'm saying it's going to be quick to do this today. So I do have a little bit less than usual because I'm on statutory sick at the moment, and that's because I had surgery on my left hand. I'm trying to keep it face down as much as possible. It doesn't need a dressing anymore, but it is still not terribly nice to look at. And I still have quite a bit of weakness in that hand, which is why I'm still off sick. So it's a little bit less than usual. So with us having a little bit of money in fun already, I'm only going to put £10 into fun. Get in. Gifts gets £10 a week, and this pays for birthdays, Christmas, any other event where you might need to buy a gift. I think the next birthday coming up is my husband's. I'm not sure. I don't think any of my family has birthdays. I'm not sure about his. So we will be dipping into that next month. Savings, because it is empty, I am going to put the full 20 in. And this kind of goes towards anything unforeseen. So most recently, if you've seen previous videos, the unforeseen thing was me getting high on cocodamol and spending far too much money in IKEA. So not technically necessary, but never mind. The boat is going to get, I'd normally put £20 in here. I'm only going to put 10 in because we are saving for a holiday and we need to put £50 a week towards the holiday. So the boat is only going to get 10, but at least it's getting something. So that is that. And then we've got the holiday fund. So I broke this up. We needed £500 for our holiday, and I broke it up into 10 envelopes, and I put £50 in each. So I've got 3 left to fill. There's £50 in each of these, so I've got £350 towards our holiday. That is going to cover the accommodation. So these 3 envelopes are covering our spending money. So we're going to put 50 into this, and I'm feeling pretty chuffed that we're nearly there, because it's like 2 weeks, no, it's 2 months until we go away. So we've got plenty of time to finish topping up our holiday fund. And that 150 in the envelopes for spending money, that's going to be on top of our usual kind of £100 spending money that we'd normally get in a week. It is self-catering, so the food will, like the money we'd normally spend on shopping will probably go on food, and we will need to spend a little bit on petrol to get around. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's going. So I can't put anything into my monthly spending challenge because I've got no notes, which is fine, not a problem. I'm not gonna stress about it. And I've only got a little bit of change for my penny savings challenge, but it's something. It's something. It'll be fun. So I've got 1, 20, 40, 150, 60, 70, 170, 181. 181. So I'm just going to fill the 181. Whilst looking for a pen, I found a 2p, so we can fill in 183. Sorted. 183. And our penny savings challenge is going into Toothless. Sorted. I'm happy that we're still able to put a little bit away for one of our savings challenges. Yes, I would like it to be more, but I'm aware that the part-time income is a little bit lower than usual, so I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not. The fact that we are still within our budget is good enough for me. We're not going over. But I would like to be able to save more, which is why I'm going to go through and kind of reset our budget and kind of show you guys what we have coming in, what's going out, and I don't know, maybe it will show me where we're spending too much. That's the hope anyway. So I'm going low tech and I am just going to write it down. I'm going to zoom you in so that you can see a bit better. Income wise, we have my husband is the full-time income, and he brings in £1,977.43 per month. So the first thing I'm going to do is go through what comes out of the main account. So that's his income, our bills and stuff, our weekly spending money that goes into our weekly cash envelopes, and our monthly savings. And then I'm going to have a look at my bank account, because my income isn't stable. It changes week for week, especially at the moment because of sick and stuff. But I do have my basic hours. Outgoings. So we've got husband's mobile. So that's a SIM only deal, SIM only contract. 22.12. It's not too bad. 25.90 is our British Gas home serve. We got like the top end cover, so it covers our electrics, our boiler, our gas, and water. So if we had a pipe leak, they would come and fix it. If we have a problem with the boiler, it'll be sorted. If one of our radiators breaks, they'll come and sort it. There's a call out fee, but we've used it a couple of times, and it's just that peace of mind. I know it's money that maybe we wouldn't need to spend, but it's peace of mind, especially with having a toddler, and in the winter, if the boiler broke, I wouldn't want to have to worry about whether we could get a plumber, gas technician out to fix the boiler. I would recommend it because it does come with a so it covers a yearly service of the boiler as well, which I still need to book this year, but never mind. So $7.99 is my Audible. It doesn't really matter, they both cost the same. Both my husband and I have Audible. He plows through credits like you would not believe, so I know we could kind of combine, or I know you can have two people using the same account, is what I'm trying to say, but I'd never have any credits to spend because he just plows through them. He listens, because he's driving to work and stuff, he listens to audiobooks rather than music. 150 is our gas and electric at the moment, because, well, it's ridiculously expensive, and we are trying to cover, I think about 30 of that is paying off we had a bit of a debit balance. Whichever one it is that means we owed them money, that's what we had. So 30 of that is going towards paying that back. And I think it should be about 120 a month once we've paid that back. But I might continue to pay the 150 just to kind of build up a little bit of whatever it is that means they owe us. So that, you know, if we get a bill over the winter or prices go up again, maybe, yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about it. 21.15 is my life insurance and critical illness cover, and that will pay a specific amount if I were to pop my clogs, or if I was to get one of, I think it's about 50 illnesses that's covered. So cancer's the big one. If I got cancer, the mortgage would be paid off and we'd be paid a set amount out of my life insurance. My husband has life insurance as well. That comes out of his account, and it's linked to the mortgage, so his is a decreasing cover, whereas mine is a set amount. So he has much more incentive to off me than I do him. 13.25 is the TV license. We considered at one point stopping paying, but unfortunately my daughter likes Hey Dougie and Postman Pat and a few other things that are on BBC iPlayer, so we are continuing to pay, never mind. 30.44 is our United Utilities payment. 15.99, that's our Netflix. That has recently gone up. I think it went up by about £2 or £3, so it was quite a percentage increase. £22 is our Virgin Media. That's literally just our Wi-Fi, and we have a phone line, but we don't have any free calls at any time. I mean, I'd get rid of the phone line, but my mum likes to call on a landline for some reason. We keep thinking about leaving Virgin because I'm sure we could get it cheaper. Last time we renewed, I think we were paying about £36 or something. And then when we got out of our kind of not an introduction offer, we said we were going to leave, so they gave us like a reduced amount. So, but that was only for 12 months. And once we got to the end of that, it went up to something ridiculous, like £56 or 60 something pounds. So in order to bring it back down, we have had to drop the speed of our internet, which we are gamers. We do play the likes of Destiny and Mass Effect and all sorts on the PlayStation, but with a toddler we don't get a lot of time to do it, so it's mainly used for streaming. And the lower speeds, I think we're on 100 meg, which is fine for streaming. It's fine for gaming as well. If we were running 2 consoles at the same time, we might struggle. But yeah, we don't game together anymore, which is a shame. Yeah, things you give up when you have kids, eh? And $9.99 is Spotify. Can't talk and write. I keep thinking about dropping Spotify and just putting up with the ads, because it's £10 a month, and but we listen to it in the car if we're going on road trips, and my husband listens to it at work and stuff, so we've kept it. I think it would be one of the first things to go if we were trying to cut back. 21.87 is our car tax. We only run 1 car. We do have 2, but one's sawn at the moment, and we are thinking of selling. Needs a little bit of work doing before we sold it. I'm sorely tempted to scrap it, to be honest, because it's a lot of faffing to do the work to sell it, but just 1 car at the moment. Our mortgage is £356.69. That will more than likely go up when we have to remortgage in, I think it's going to be about May or June next year, so we've still got a year. Again, we talked, with the mortgage rates going up, we talked about possibly paying to get out of our current fixed deal, to then get a fixed deal at the current mortgage rates, because the possibility is that those rates are going to keep increasing. But when we looked at it, even if the rates went up to like 10%, our mortgage is only going to go up to about £400, so it's not going to increase to a point where we can't afford it. So other Audible, like I say, we can't get away with one, unfortunately. I could, tell my husband not to use all of the credits and kind of go halvesies and do 1 month he gets something new, 1 month I get something new, but it's one of his only vices at the moment, unfortunately. Our council tax is £131, and the other mobile is £28.99. That's the new one that I got. And it's a little bit more than I would have liked to spend, but it came with the Google Pixel 6, which has a really good camera on it, which I thought would be good for videos. I don't know, comment if you've seen my early videos and the current videos, and if these are better, then yay. If not, may have wasted my money, but never mind. When I look to get a new phone, so I've gone with a new service provider, and when I spoke to my current, at the time, service provider, they couldn't match £29 because it's unlimited everything. It's unlimited calls, texts and data, and it's 5G as well, so if I'm in the town centre I'm getting 120, 150 meg download in the town centre, which is amazing, and it's unlimited. So So they couldn't match it, and they said that realistically the service provider I've gone with are actually they're working at a loss in order to provide that phone for that price. Anyway, justifying justifying spending more than I should. So when I went through my bank accounts, they were all of our fixed outgoings, and they come to £856 and 37 pence. So that's our fixed. We then, on top of that, because that looks really good, but then on top of that, we've got our weekly spending, which we do £170 a week, and that covers our food and fuel for the car, miscellaneous bits and bobs, self-care, the cat fund, all of that. If you've seen one of my other videos, you know what I spend it on. And that is 170 a week. I work on it being 4 weeks, but then give myself like a £20 buffer if there's a long week at the end of the month. So we do £700 for that, which is our weekly spends and petrol, and that brings our total outgoings to 1565.37, which is looking a little bit less good. We then have 2 savings pots, so we put £250 into one, and that is our savings. So that is going into a savings account every month, and that is building up over time. And we put 100 into like an instant access saver, and that goes towards things like their house insurance, so that we can save money by paying that off annually, or the car insurance, because I mean you save about 150 quid on your car insurance if you pay it annually instead of, well, maybe 100 quid instead of paying it monthly. So I mean that's also savings, but that's instant access and that's long term. So that brings our outgoings to 1915.37, which looks not so good, which leaves us with a kind of residual leftover of £62.06, which is why we needed the second income, because we were kind of getting very close to having not very much money left at the end of the month. And that has actually gone up this month. Last month that was only about 30 quid, I think, because my husband's income was 1947 because of the increased national insurance, and now they've dropped it, so he's actually paying about 30 quid less national insurance, so we are 30 quid up on what's left. So we're a bit close to zero, which is why we needed the extra income. So I actually missed a couple of things. So out of the joint account where my husband's income goes, we also transfer £30 to my husband's account, and that covers, there's an account charge which gives us breakdown cover and holiday insurance and mobile phone insurance, and it also covers his life insurance. And then 10 goes to my account to cover my laptop insurance, which means that we are not at 1915.37, we are at 1955.37, and there is also a £2 charge on our joint account, which we get, it's like a rewards account, so for certain bills that come out of the account, you get a set amount back. It is capped. It didn't used to be capped. We used to get more from the rewards, but it's capped at like £5 a month. So we're effectively paying £2 to get £5. So we're getting £3 a month, but it's £3 a month that we wouldn't have. So we figured we'd stick with it, which gives us 1957.37 outgoings. So we're not left with 62.06, we're left with £20.06 at the end of the month, which, given that we are £30 up compared to last month we were actually running at £10 behind. So that came out of what we could put into savings. So luckily these are kind of like a little bit of a buffer for us. So yeah, we were just putting less into savings, and this month we've had to put less into savings again because we've had £75 that we've had to pay for a new tyre. So yeah, not ideal, but it's not terrible. We are in a reasonably good position compared to a lot of people. We're not having to choose between, you know, eating or heating. But this is why the fact that we were so close to zero and actually kind of dipping below zero some months is why we needed the second income. So my income, my basic hours is 120 a month, and that gets divided into the savings pots. So we do 50 goes to the holiday. Once we have saved for the holiday, I'm going to keep putting that 50 aside, and that could either go into a car maintenance fund, or we could save up for a future holiday or something. I've not quite decided, as it may be evident. We put 20 into fun, we put 20 into savings, we put 10 into gifts, and 20 into the boat fund. And that takes up the whole 120. At the moment my income is just shy of £100 a month because I'm on statutory sick. So that's why I'm having to kind of juggle where the money is going. But I'll be in a better situation in 2 weeks because we will have paid the holiday in full, so that £50 that would normally go into holiday can go elsewhere. So that's kind of where we are. I mean, there's not really anywhere that we can cut back at the moment. My husband is maybe going to look for a new mobile, but that's probably going to be more than what he's paying at the moment anyway. Like I say, we could reduce it to one Audible account, but then we'd probably be buying additional credits on top because my husband uses so many credits. We don't want to lose the service agreement with British Gas just because it's that peace of mind. Eon, we were already owing them money, so we can't cut that back anymore. Life insurance, not a chance. Water's fixed. We could drop Netflix. That is literally, we can't really get our internet lower than it is. We can't survive without a car. When we remortgage, that's going to go up instead of down. Yeah. So currently the only thing we could do is drop Netflix, which is not going to save us an awful lot of money, or we can play around with our kind of variable expenses, our weekly expenses. And there, I mean, we don't spend an awful lot anyway. I mean, I could, yeah, there's not really many places that we can claw anything back. So, like I say, we're luckier than most that we've got, you know, we've got the small second income, which gives us a little bit of a buffer, and we do have, like I say, the savings are kind of our little buffer. So if 1 month we put less into savings, it's not the end of the world. So that's an overview of what our income is, what our outgoings are, where our money goes, and it was good to go through it and just kind of refresh my memory on what we're spending money on. Like I say, there's not really many places we can cut back apart from saving less and Netflix. We don't really have much wiggle room in the weekly kind of variable expenses. And anything that we don't spend goes into savings anyway, so I don't really want to dip into that. But it does show the value of that second income, because if we didn't have that, well, we wouldn't be going on holiday, and we wouldn't really have any luxuries at all. So I hope that was interesting for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to my wonderful subscribers for subscribing and liking and commenting. Hello to anybody that is new. Please do consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell so that you see when my new videos go up. And I hope to see you all next time. Happy budgeting!